What's up, Finstock Nation? How you doing today? Today we're gonna go and cover something that happened yesterday that is unexpected. I believe you guys did not expect it either. But veteran edge rusher Matthew Judon has signed with the Miami Dolphins. According to some tweets, it's a 1-year deal at about $6 million. I'm gonna show you the tweet from Ian Rappaport. I'm gonna pop up the tweet right now. He doesn't have the $6 million figure, but I saw it on Twitter somewhere else that it's about 1 year, $6 million. This is an unexpected move. Also, there are rumors that the Dolphins are looking to sign a cornerback, but trade one of their big players. I'm gonna also pop up that tweet. Supposedly, according to Coach Smokey, which is a Dolphin account, sources Miami Dolphins exploring a blockbuster trade for star edge rusher Jaelan Phillips to an NFC team for an elite cornerback. Miami's aiming to shore up the secondary. Talks ongoing, no deal finalized. That's the rumor going on. And then Miami's head coach Mike McDaniel had a presser yesterday, and we're gonna go ahead and listen to that presser, and then I'll go ahead and give you my final thoughts. What do you think about Matthew Judon signing with the Miami Dolphins, and who will be the odd man out, guys? Who do you think will be the odd man out? Kind of strange that there's a rumor that Jaelan Phillips is gonna be traded because Jalen's still recovering from injury. Also, the rumor Jaelan Phillips getting traded, just a rumor, or is it really gonna happen? Leave me your thoughts down below, but we're also gonna go ahead and listen to the Mike McDaniel presser, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on everything. The Matthew Judon signing, the Jaelan Phillips rumor of a trade, and who might be the odd people out, because the edge rushing room for the Miami Dolphins is very stacked right now. So that's kind of weird that I kind of got shocked that Matthew Judon got signed, but it is what it is. He's with the Dolphins, and I would expect more signings now that training camp on a roll and that the regular season is getting closer. All right, guys, let's go ahead and listen to the Mike McDaniel presser.
So after the flood of reports today about Matthew Judon visiting, I know probably most of the reporters on this call were besieged by the question, are any of your edge rushers out long-term or even several weeks with an injury? So are any of your edge rushers out long-term or several weeks with an injury?
Well, that's pretty, there's some presumption there. No, there's not. We're visiting for the sake of seeing if there's a situation that both parties would be able to come into an agreement of, hey, this is a situation that fits. So visiting for visiting purposes, we'll see what it leads to.
Thanks.
Mike Cunha.
Hey, Coach, how's it going? As we hit this final week of the preseason and other during practice, I was just curious what your thoughts of the level of competition have been for training camp this year so far. You happy with where everything's been? Yeah, I think
this year relative to other years, you guys know my mantra, and I very much believe that you allow players every opportunity to win employment and create their own little spot on the roster. And this year, it's probably the most vast real competition. There's a lot of, I would say, there's we put a lot of emphasis on this rookie class, and I think they're pushing. A lot of people, a lot of young players are fighting for opportunities on this football team. So I've been very happy with the competition because it's been embraced by the players. I would say the team is closer, even though the competition for jobs is that much more difficult. And I think we're benefiting from. Realistically, it's all 90 players, if you can get them all to improve, it makes the decisions difficult, but it's good for the football team because everyone's better in that process. So it's been very, very competitive, and we've always had some competitive battles, but this probably takes the cake in this being my fourth year.
Chris Perkins.
Hey, Mike, I've got a running back question for you. With the running backs, aside from Devon Achane, are you looking for any specific qualities such as short yardage, receiving, pass protection? Is there anything that you particularly want to see?
Well, I think for me, I'm always trying to find the tools that we can utilize as a competitive advantage, find what people are good at. But I'm also not like taking one result and saying, all right, that's what you are good at. It's about so much of it is, all right, you did something good here. Can you apply it here? Or I want to see this from you and seeing how people react to challenges, because you're trying to, both find ways that guys can make plays, but you're also trying to, make long-term decisions based on which, who's on your roster and who's not. So all of those things, it's I think they're, people finding success in short yardage for us is definitely an asset, but you're also trying to see, can I keep guys on the field in certain situations? Can they pick up pass pro? Can, realistically, what are their levels of their game, and pushing the guys to be dependable and full tool players. So, I think that there's been some meaningful snaps, from the running back position where guys have, shown some ability to do some things. And there's also been some things we can work on. But it's the build up, and, these are so valuable because you got to depend on guys to respond and take points of emphasis in the regular season if you're going to give them those opportunities on the front end. So I think all the guys are working hard, and it's been competitive, and there'll be a tremendous work week against ourselves, and then going against Jacksonville for both a joint and a regular season game. So there's a lot in store still for the running back position.
Okay, thank you.
David Fronis.
Hi, Mike. Is this the week that you roll Darren Waller out there for the first time? And how do you balance protecting him versus getting him some reps at some point if he will indeed be ready by the time the season begins?
Yeah, this is where we thought a realistic assessment would be made, and we're kind of making that daily. I don't I'm expecting to see him sooner than later. I had kind of in the back of my mind it would be this week, but I'm not going to just put him out there this week and just because I said it before. I'm hopeful, but it's very soon. We're just making sure that all of our ducks are in a row before we take that listing off them.
Thank you.
Omar.
Mike, I want to get some clarity on some of the injuries. Obviously, Zach didn't participate in the second joint practice, neither did Devon. Are those injuries something that might limit their participation this week in practice, if not longer?
I'm expecting to see Sealer this week. With Devon, he's an explosive athlete with it's a calf that calves are the ones that you have to be super proactive, especially with explosive players, where we don't want to have a long, strenuous nagging issue. So we probably won't see Devon this week after further assessment through the weekend. But that's more preventative in nature, just because I mean, all trainers across the league have horror stories with calves if you're too aggressive coming back. So that's the nature of that as it relates to Vaughn.
Thank you.
Joe Shad.
Hey, Mike, I wanted to ask you about one of your favorite topics, which is being present, engaged.
Yes.
Watching from home, I saw on television that Minkah Fitzpatrick was charting throughout the game. I don't know exactly what he was charting, but he was very involved in all the plays. And I also noticed in the fourth quarter, while you guys were trying to hold on to a lead, that all the players were lined up, sort of cheering on their teammates. What are your thoughts on all of what I just said there?
Well, I think it's talk versus doing. I think we've talked a lot about what we want our team to look like, but actions, the ones that you're noticing, are the same ones that I'm pointing out. That, to me, realistically, you can't. That's something that's a derivative of intentionality and true investment into each other. I think the sidelines have been different all preseason. And I think it was on display in Detroit, and that's a result of enhanced connectivity that's real, not just saying, hey, we want to be a closer team. I think you're seeing defensive players celebrate with offensive players and vice versa. You're seeing Q Bell makes a tackle on kickoff, and Tua has his towel waving, and I'm telling him to get back out of the white. That's a good problem to have. That's how teams, you want to know how people succeed throughout the season, and particularly down the stretch of the season. That extra relationship earned, the extra accountability witnessed, the trust, all of these things amount to more than inches in a game of inches. So I think I've been very proud of how guys have invested into their craft. I talk about being present because it starts with that, and intentionality and being present each and every day. Teaching or focusing April 21st the way that you would, on August 21st, and those things add up. I think we have a much more connected team because everyone has recognized ways we can grow, and I think both preseason games have been very happy with a level of connectivity that I think is enhanced for good reason.
Thank you.
Hal.
Hi, Mike.
No, the mute button is tricky. I understand. I get it.
You can hear me now, though, right?
Oh, I can.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
A short time ago, we got news that Xavier Howard was signing with the Colts. I'm wondering, I guess this is a one and a half part.
You just broke the news to me.
I guess this is a 1.5 part question.
All right, guys. Basically, he talked about Darren Waller. I don't expect to see Darren Waller play. Maybe, hopefully, week 1, maybe week 2. In terms of Jalen Phillips or the signing of Judon, he says that they were in talks. It's official. Matthew Judon already signed. In terms of Jalen Phillips getting traded, I believe it would be very hard because Jalen is still recovering from an injury. But if the rumor comes true, that would be, in my opinion, a big blow. Or they have confidence in the undrafted free agents like Murphy and Mo Kamara, and others that have stepped up during the preseason. But I don't expect Jalen Phillips to be traded. If he is traded, that would be a shocker to me. Leave me your thoughts down below and let me know what you think of his press conference and the Matthew Judon signing, along with what he said about the injuries. That's another concern that I have with Devon Achane and his calf. That can be a slow recovery, and we can see him week to week, and it can end up lasting the whole season. Leave me your thoughts down below, what you think, and we'll talk to you soon. And as always, stay positive, stay on your grind, and go Dolphins.